Right, what I would like to do is fit my quick change tool post onto here. When you take the handle off, take that off, drop that on. That's no good, so I've got to make a new spindle. So when you take this off, that piece of thread there, I need to put on this spindle there. So I'm going to put that in the chuck. Just there is a little, what they call a safe zone. So when you're cutting the thread, you can stop just before it goes into the pocket, and it allows time for the lathe to stop. So I'll do that first. Right, I've put my little safe zone there. Now the next thing I got to do, come over here, I need to make sure, if you look on here, I don't know if you can see it, I should have a 40 gear onto the 127 and then a 40 gear on the bottom. So I'll take this cover off and we'll have a look. So we've got a 40 gear on the 127 and a 40 gear there, so that's set up correct. I'll just put that cover back on. So the next thing, I'm doing a 16mm thread, and it's got a 2mm pitch. So we've got a 2mm pitch there. So I've got to change my gear box to B6. So down here, let's just get there. Pull that out, down, slide that across. Right, that's in B. Then I'm going to move this to 6. Come on, there we are, 6. So that's the right speed. So we put that there a minute, and what we'll do, I'll just start that. That'll be too quick though, I think. Oop. There. So next thing we'll do, we'll slow it down and put it in the back gear. So we want a slow gear. I reckon if I put that belt in the middle and put the back gear in, that'd be 70, or I'll put it on there and go down to 50 with the back gear in. Let's do that. Right, so I've moved the belt onto the outside, pulled the back gears in. So that should give me a speed of 50 revs per minute. We'll try that. Right, so we just turn the lathe on, nice and slow. So this movement should be slow. That's ideal. Right. Now I gotta put a thread cutting bit in there. Right, so I've got my Z, the point is zeroed off. So I'm going to do a scratch coat now. what I'll do is I'll just check the thread. Right, I've got a gauge there. Don't know if you can see that. That is 2mm pitchlet, so the points on the tool are dead on. So I know that setup's all good. Now let's have a go. Right, just taking a little cut. And I'm going to wind it out. Right, that's a bit of thread done. It's not very good. The tip of the tool broke off. But I'm going to try it in the hole anyway until I get another bolt. Yeah, well, that thread is the wrong thread. Haven't taken that pillar out and had a look. 16mm 2mm pitch. Using the gauge, that's a 16mm 1.5mm pitch. So I'll have to get another bolt. Never mind. This is take 2. So far, so good. Right, so I've made the spindle, screw that in there. Look at that. Oh, that's lovely. Right, now I can drop my tool post on. There we are. And I've got a washer there. That on, lovely. And where's my handle? Right, that's my quick tool post set up. Now I've got to get some tools in and adjust them to the right height. Right, now I've got my quick change tool post on. I'm going to now finish boring out my axle tube. So I've got to put a bigger drill than this through it, and then I'm going to bore out the end like the third axle so the bearing will fit in. Nice and steady. Well, that's that size done. Now I'll put the larger drill in. That's the large drill done. Whoops. Right, next thing what I'll do is use a boring bar. That's 1 1/16. What I'll do is bore that to 1 3/16, about 1 inch deep. So when the bearings are done, just like the third axle, they'll slip inside and help line everything up. You'll have a 1 inch hole for the axle, and then that'll help line it all up. Right. Right, that's this end bored out. I'll turn it over and do the other end. Right, so I've bored out both ends. Bigger. That'll be for the bearing to go in. Next thing I got to do now, I clamp that on the milling machine. Set up a pitch circle diameter for the 4 holes. So they drill the same as these 4 holes round there. Right, I've zeroed up the part in the milling machine using the touch sensor. When that bit touches there, it makes a circuit and the lights come on. It's quite accurate actually. So I've zeroed off my digital readout. Now I have to go in and do a pitch circle diameter. I'll have to just find out that's for the other axle. I'll just go and work out what I've got to put in there. Right, that's the right measurement there, the radius. Going down 4 holes, starting at 45 degrees. Right, let's put a center drill in first. So now I just got to put start. So the first hole, got to center 0 those off. Right, that's that one. Right, now I'll start. That's the first hole. Right, next hole. But I'll just do the other 2 holes. Right, that's the 4 holes marked. Now I'll put the right size drill in and do the same, going around using the settings on the digital readout. Right, that's one side drilled. I'll just turn it over and do the other end. Right, that's the 4 holes drilled in each end. I'll just bolt that in between the horn plates, bolt them in. Well, that's the axle tube bolted in between the horn plates. I'm still waiting for the castings to make the bearings down here. And I'm still waiting for the castings for the bearings for the first and second shaft. that's what I can do for the minute. I have got the castings for the hubs for the rear wheels. We'll see what I can do next time. But please subscribe to my channel and join me as I build a 2-inch Fowler's Showman's traction engine.